is the system for like sensing or knowing the position of your body parts, particularly your limbs. So this is why you can walk down the hall or anywhere that you're walking and you don't have to look at your feet, because your body is able to sense the position of your different individual body parts without actually having to see them, although seeing them helps, which is why, you know, it's another example of sensory interaction, where if you can use your sight in your kinesthetic sense, it's easier for you to end up in the same location with your fingers.
Is this something that like dancers have to train, like their kinesthetics?
Yeah, because it's all associated with the cerebellum. These are the sensory receptors that are going to be sending information to your cerebellum to help coordinate balance and movement. And there are exercises you can do to try and improve your kinesthesia, your kinesthetic sense.
What's the difference between kinesthetics and spatial awareness?
I don't know that there really would be a difference, because your spatial awareness is your awareness of like your how you exist in space, right?
Okay.
So where your body parts are.
Mm-hmm. So kinesthetics and spatial awareness are like interchangeable.
I would say so. Okay, one last thing, which is actually kind of works with your kinesthetic sense, and we've actually already talked about it when we talked about the ear yesterday. At least I think we got to this. And that's your vestibular sense. So this is where your semicircular canals in your ear come into play. And this is basically, it's very similar to your kinesthetic sense, only it applies to your head only. So it helps to monitor the position of your head in space, which helps you to keep your balance. If you really want to test this one out, you've probably done things like this before. You know, if you spin in circles, that's going to mess with your vestibular sense, because when you stop, the fluid in your semicircular canals is still moving, and you're going to find that your balance isn't very good for a little bit until everything kind of goes back to normal. Yeah?
Does that have anything to do with where like you do that whole star tipping thing where you have someone spin and you shine a flashlight in their eye and then you can fall over?
So much fun.
You can do that?
Yeah,
that's totally
never done that before.
You have to like look up and like.
Yeah, you look up and spin.
You look up and spin, and then someone
and
shines a
comes out and
flashlight,
shines
and they
a
fall
flashlight.
over.
You're supposed to chase the flashlight.
Yeah.
It's like dangerous.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it sounds kind of dangerous.
To be honest, it's like
Yeah,
the
no, I
silver way
mean,
of acting.
they lose their balance
What about,
because of
like-
the spinning. I don't know if like the sight stuff is almost like sensory overload or what.
When people get drunk, do they stop being able to like walk or stop
The
being
vestibular sense, less so than your kinesthetic sense. It's why, like, if you ever, hopefully you never have to, but if you ever get pulled over and you have to do a sobriety test, they're probably going to ask you to do things like touch your nose, because they're testing your kinesthetic sense. And if you have difficulty doing it, it's a sign of intoxication. Okay, any final questions in the last couple minutes?
Okay, so what else? So the person can't feel pain. What about like